Oke guys, waktunya kembali lagi. Oh, kamera belum muncul ya?
Don't really want to give that
Belum
Esmeralda, and
muncul
this is a
kameranya.
standard ban for them. RRQ Hoshi, you don't really see the Cho getting banned that much. I think they watched the game earlier, and just to be safe, don't let them get the
Gimana ini?
Cho, and don't
Belum muncul
let them
kameranya.
get the Yuzhong. But for RRQ Hoshi's side, when you ban out the Yuzhong, that's
Nah,
actually
ini
kind
dia.
of a
Nih.
flag that you want to
Waktunya
go for a
Indocrack
stationary
guys.
mage at the back
RRQ
of
main
their
cuy.
backlines.
Yeah,
Lanjut
It's a
indeed.
aja
possibility.
di band
I
and
guess it's
picknya.
definitely a
Yang udah
possibility
di
out
band
there,
ada
and
Yuzong sama
we
Cho.
do see a lot of Farsas
Dari
swinging around, but
RRQ,
possibly
dari
has a little bit
DreamMax-nya
more
ada
ability for wings to be
Esme
floating around. So I guess
dan juga
maybe
Brody.
you're also looking for different sort
Kalau
of
kata
setup
caster
as
luar
well.
sih ini
And
pertandingan yang gue
I
lihat seharusnya menang 2-0
just
ini, menang
really
mutlak
can hunch that we might see
seharusnya.
another lap
Tapi
begin.
Indocrack.
But Brody must ban or must pick if it's being left available, so might as well get it out of the way.
Yeah, Matilda right now is just getting
Berikutnya
banned left and
Matilda.
right. There are a couple of appearances for the Matilda, but yeah, it's still top ban priority for these teams.
Betul.
DreamMax take out the Brody and the Natalia. You don't want RRQ Hoshi to get that early start, so just ban it out.
Natalia
You don't want
di
them first
band.
picking the Brody. Benedetta is open, and they go
Dan
straight for the
Lapu-Lapu.
Lapu-Lapu, and they know the priority for Lapu-Lapu right now is just he's just way too good of a hero right now.
Yeah, like I mentioned early on, if it's being left out in the open, it's
Tim Brazil yang ngambil
too
Johet
hard to pass on
Tengka
this
ini.
sort of pick. And looking
Kita juga
towards the
akan
side
melihat
of DreamMax, they finally
debut
see the
dari
Jahit
Mas
that's
Pisiko.
available, and
Mas Pisiko.
I guess it's definitely a great option on the table, but they have to find a certain pairing to be responding to all these sort of pickups that they could possibly get throughout the Land of Dawn. And heading into towards this, what should they actually go for?
90% menang sih seharusnya ini.
Vote for choice.
Ya, Yesung sih kemudian diambil.
Okay, so that is a good pick coming out here from DreamMax. Actually, I think that was a read. Just because
Ya, kemudian
they
Mas
banned
Pisiko
out the
ngambil
Yuzhong,
apakah
so
ini?
there's a huge possibility that they could have gone for the Yizong, and they do not want it to go to the hands of DreamMax. Benedetta, though, will be
Benedetta
left open
dan
with
Sylvana.
Sylvana. So there's a lot of control already.
Di sini
for the
siapa
side
jadi
of
tanknya?
RRQ Hoshi.
Lin atau
Now,
Psychoo?
DreamMax, what will they go for?
Penasaran
Will they
juga.
go for the Jawhead Eudora combination that we've been seeing
Well,
for
perhaps
quite
so.
some time?
Yeah, I definitely think that that's gonna be a really good thing to do, but it surprises me that we missed out a Benedetta pick that could have been actually secured from the side of DreamMax, but now
Ngepick Selena.
for
Oh.
Selena, I believe that Selena, we talked about this before, EVOS SG kept going in for this sort of ban, but I still feel like DreamMax's side isn't all too secure. They don't exactly have a very solid tank on their side.
I mean, if you think, or I could say that Selena is a good hero, but at level 1, or let's say level 2, if you don't keep on hitting your arrows, then the whole idea of Selena just being a threat is out of the
Lanjut band
window.
keempat.
Definitely out of the window. And the question now here is, somebody's going to be caught out by that Imperial Justice when Vin just goes in for the engagement. Like, you do expect it to actually lock down the pick like Selena, like
Hayabusa yang di band.
she's got to follow up. So she needs to actually think twice, like, should you go in even if you actually hit that?
Kalau
So,
tengok
You
tadi
know what?
kalau
And
komentarnya banyak
Benedetta
nanya
is
mana
actually,
Lemon, mana
Benedetta
Albert.
actually likes the
Santai
Abyssal
guys,
Arrow.
santai.
Because if you think about it,
Yang main
when
satu
she
tim itu 5
almost gets
orang.
hit by the arrow,
Jadi mungkin
what you do is you just go for the
ada
eye for an
strategi
eye.
tertentu.
yeah, I
Di step
for
udah diatur oleh
Black though
Then
as
Mr.
well.
you're gonna
Jamex.
stun the other one. You're gonna stun the Selena.
Yeah, that itself is
Yang
technically
penting
the
tetap
counter.
dukung tim-tim Indonesia.
Well, agreed, and
Biar piala
here goes,
M2 balik
Devu
lagi.
as well as Hayabusa. No
2 kali berturut-turut
more
piala di
assassins on the
Indonesia
table,
terus.
and, you know, at this rate, we haven't really seen much of a Natalia. And to correct me if I'm wrong, it has been banned almost 100%.
Yeah, almost 100%. You know what? I'm really looking at DreamMax here. probably going for a, well, not a Lance, but I think RRQ Hoshi is gonna go for a Lance. For the side of DreamMax, I think they really need to get a stable and consistent side laner
Ya, Harik di ban,
or XP
Link di
laner,
ban,
just so that they can hold on
dan terakhir
to
siapa ini?
this certain map, uh or the bottom lane or the top lane, so that they can hold on to that certain turret and not give in to the snowball that is always set up by RQ Hoshi.
Yeah.
Because
Yang di
RQ
ban
just really
adalah
likes to go for a run and gun. If
1-1.
they know that they can run over you, they will run over you.
And I'm looking at certain sort of the pattern here coming in from the side of RRQ Hoshi. They've already banned away that 1-1 as well as the Harif. They know that perhaps there's a possibility
Lanjut
that
pick
they are
keempat.
trying to go for another high DPS sort of the setting.
Yang diambil adalah
So
Tamus.
they are
Wow.
bringing in Tamas to match up the same aggression that Lapu Lapu could possibly put out on the table. And if you head towards the late game, Tamas can be really tough to deal against with its very high lifesteal volume.
And they go for a Thams, and this is a great pick considering how stable the Thams is. You can just use the slaughtering sites to clear the minion waves if you want to. And for DreamMax, that is going to supply them with consistency for the side lanes. At least they have protection for it, and they can just be aggressive once they get their level 4 ultimates. Claude
Claude
and
dan
Alice
Alice.
for the side of
Wow.
RK Hoshi, they really like this Claude pick.
Yeah, I definitely can see why the Claude is being picked
Benar
here.
ini. Ini
For this sort of
tanknya
setting,
bagaimana
you know
ini?
that the Alice could just
Mas
go in for
Psychoo main
initiation,
Sylvana
up a
kah?
blood ode, alongside with a blazing duet is something that's really classic. That
Dan
back in
akhir-akhir ini
days,
Claude sering
I do
di-pick.
recall season
Alice
3
juga.
onwards. It has been around, and it was
Penasaran
stable.
gimana
You
metanya.
just don't really have much of an answer. And he says, "Yep, you have lifesteal on your Tamas. Yeah, we do have one from Alice too."
Now, I guess for the side of RQ Hoshi, they just picked up the Alice just to make, you know, the most of the frontliners here for the side of DreamMax. You'll have the Joed, you'll have the Thams. And they go
Kembali
for a
lagi
Kaja
kaca
here.
diambil.
That
Kenapa
means
lah?
who's going to be the side laner?
Selalu
Is it
di-pick
going
kaca
to
ini.
be the Selena
Oh
Padahal
or the
boy.
Joed?
match sebelumnya pun
I
yang pakai
believe
kaca kalah
that
terus.
Kaja
Why?
would still be pretty much
Yeah.
somewhere around there, and well,
Kaja XP lane.
most likely the case.
But I mean, if you put Kaja on the XP lane, you don't really have that burst potential unless you hit the Abyssal Arrow with the Abyssal Mark. So, it's not enough time for the Yi Sun Shin, to be honest, in the early stages of the match to just take someone out with that Divine Judgment. But yeah, let's see. DreamMax here, they just went for a triple utility setup.
Yeah, and we'll definitely see whether if that's going to be working out or not in this best of 3 series, as RQ Hoshi will be facing the best of Brazil that has to offer Max Esports. So, moving in towards the land of Dawn, I really wonder if this early setting could possibly be something that
Langsung aja ke
can
gamenya
be
guys.
paid in a whole lot of ways for the side of DreamMax, or could they just be smashed to the ground
Siapa yang
by
jadi tanknya?
Let's see if there is going to be a problem going towards RRQ. I do agree with that.
Oh, Mas Psychoo main
Starting off
samping.
with that brush, he's the
Dan
first
jadi
one there.
tanknya
And look at
adalah
this.
seorang Finn. Oh, Mas
They
Psychoo.
are giving Psychoo that certain
Jogetnya
mid
mulai
lane.
rusuh.
This is going to be a
Tengok Mas
mid lane
Psychoo.
Benedetta.
Oh, okay.
Oh, oke. Main
This is
samping,
interesting.
Psychoo.
This is so interesting.
Well, I guess it's a classic RQ. Like,
Yep.
RQ plays whatever they love to, and Psycho is just giving a little bit of pressure. And I guess it's something that is refreshing to note as well. Lilbrandro
Tampil tanpa beban kayaknya tim Brazil ini.
Oh
no, tidak.
They try not to let Finn go out there, and it's
Finn
perfect
harus kalah
for the Brazil
duluan.
side of DreamMax.
Harus tumbang duluan.
DreamMax there flexing that
Oh,
alter ego
no.
sticker. I don't know why.
Well, maybe it's just a statement to say, hey,
Ada ikan
I think that the other
paus.
team might just be the better Indonesian team out there. But, you know, game is being paused. It's still very early. And honestly, I wasn't too sure of the reason why. But we evidently see that Vin wasn't exactly moving right under the sort of the bush right there. So maybe he just think that, okay, I got caught up anyways, and there's no
It's
point of learning a flicker.
I guess it's
Yang
better
terjadi
because
ini.
they have flicker as well.
Oh, yang
Aside from
bermasalah
DreamMax,
di
who
RRQ.
will have
Semoga
flicker,
tidak
will
apa-apa,
chase him
guys.
down.
Exactly.
Tetap
If
dukung
he ever goes for that
Indo
flicker,
Pride.
on all sides of that certain area, he was surrounded already. So if he dies, he loses the flicker and he loses his life. He gives gold to the enemy, so that means he doesn't have any initiation prowess anymore. So what he did there was, he looked at the resource. Will this be good? Will this be a plus for us or a minus? And
Well,
he deemed it to be a minus, and he just gave up his life.
assumptions, right? Like
Yeah.
maybe it's just man.
I got caught out. I got caught out.
Yeah, I just got caught red-handed, like you said, and there's no way out. We saw three-man stack from the side of DreamMax. I guess in a way, if you do burn a flicker, you would want essentially the enemies to burn 2 flickers at the most to make it
I mean, the DreamMax here really know how to, utilize their early game prowess. I mean, at level 2, everyone goes to the big lane, they punish someone. I mean, it's the pack, yes, but a kill is a kill at this point.
Yep, that's right.
200 gold now in the early stages of the game is better
Yang
than
terjadi
200
ini.
gold that you'll get in the late
Ada
game.
masalah jaringan
That's
kah?
right. And every single
Kendala
coin that
teknis
they
di
get
tim RRQ.
is going to be really rewarding. And speaking of coins, have you guys actually collected your coins to be making those predictions? Yep. If you guys haven't do it right now, predict your champions of the M2 World Championship, and you guys can get so many in-game exclusive rewards, such as, special avatar border, we got skins, we got battle emotes, we got sacred statue. Stickers are a thing, and if we're gonna be getting stickers, I do have a special request of stickers.
What?
Somebody stop him.
Somebody stop him. By Gijin Q. Alright. I'll buy that. Somebody stop him. EDM remix. But you know what? Just having the best sticker, or the sticker of the biggest MLBB tournament in the world, you gotta have that.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
gotta have that.
if the players are flexing it, why aren't you flexing it too? So if you guys didn't really get that prediction right, not to worry. You can also get your hands on the exclusive skins, as you can possibly land yourself the Clint Shadow Omen skin for just 899 diamonds only.
And this event is happening right now.
Kita masih menunggu apa yang menjadi masalah di tim ini.
After the end of the M2 World Championship. So what are you waiting for? Support the tournament and join the fight by buying this pass.
Yeah. You almost make me sing the lyrics too,
Fight for your life.
Immortal Hero has been hooked on to all these passes for quite a while.
Yeah.
We've just been, mumbling with lyrics while we were on the break.
Do you hum it in your sleep?
I might. I didn't ask get it because we are sharing a room. But hey, let's not get to that. Let's get
Ya,
back to
kembali
it.
lagi kita ke gamenya, guys.
Finally, an unpause. And here we go. Already first blood on DreamMax side. If you guys have blinked that eye.
Mau ngambil scene ternyata gagal jogetnya.
Hijack, that's not looking all too good. Just a little bit of reset to disrupt Sin for a little bit, but not too much has happened. Next though, makes his way onwards a bit. Oh, good poke still. 50% of health gone out of that.
Tidak apa-apa.
I like how, the Joy and Selena keeps disrupting this Claude. I mean, it's not much. They're not really
Mas
stealing
Psychoo
the
kembali
with
ke bawah.
one reset, the seconds add up. So that means even if the Claude can't clear fast, you really have to take into consideration that these seconds add up, and it could be a minute, it could be 2 minutes. And Sin going here for the Blazing Duet, and they'll just back off. They know that the Clams and the Yusushin are there, and they know that they can take him down. And Promise gets thrown back to the turret. I don't think that was intended for him.
Recall balik kacanya.
He's probably safe anyway. So now we're gonna be seeing some sort of the
Ya, tim Brazil mulai ngintip untuk ngambil turtle sementara. Nakulaknya mulai clear billion.
While the side of DreamMax are trying to shove the wave, trying to get a little more control before they can hit towards the river wall. RRQ HOSHI just slowly getting themselves a lot more control
Jogetnya
over
meresahkan ya
offense.
di bawah.
Middle
Nah,
side,
ganggu-ganggu
Nyx,
buff.
and here goes. First double
Hmm,
attempt coming in from the side of RRQ HOSHI.
ganggu-ganggu
And
buff di
they
bawah.
might just be
Oh,
able to actually
habis
secure this
buffnya.
because
Oh,
Mickey, he's actually stealing
oh
the buff
tidak.
over the back, and Mickey is making an appearance, and it will be a kill coming over down towards Finn. First one for RRQ, and they also managed to snatch the turret.
Oh, pertukaran yang
And
tidak bagus
it
ini.
seems to
Pertukaran
be
tidak
that
bagus untuk
DreamMax
tim
isn't
Brazil.
really ready to
Iya,
take
3
that team
mati.
fight. They lose 3 people
Dan
in
dia
the
mendapatkan
process.
buff.
And RRQ even got the turtle.
Oh boy,
Wow.
definitely not a good start for the Brazilian side. And
Padahal buffnya
starting
udah
from this
dicuri.
point onwards, they're just going to be going for heavy punishments. And you can already see Vendetta already going for some slight invades. And he might just be bumping in towards that Ying Shin rule soon as he's currently attempting on his buff.
Sin right now going for the unstoppable force. Arrow won't connect though. BMI out. He goes in. Cyclone Eye. And that was actually good for him. He still lives. Psychoo here trying to
Saya
get
bawa
away
putih
using
Psychoo.
the
Iya,
electro
masuk
final
pinnya.
hook. And that's going to be the
Masuk
Imperial
sinnya.
Justice
Oke.
hitting on someone. And that is going to be a clear
Mati
punish
dua.
for the side of DreamMax. Sin
Iya,
is not
Sin,
done yet.
Sin.
He will
Ya
take down
enggak.
Nyx, which is actually Sin backwards. So that's
Actually,
Nyx
yes.
is Sin backwards.
So it's like,
probably-
okay, I'm not touching Sin right now. Like, is he part of my teammate? Okay, let's let him live. So he's not going down just about yet, but oh, so many money on that tower. And now
Iya,
outside
iya.
Capra
Oh.
is being slain. And
Di atas udah menang, di bawah bagaimana? Di bawah. Ya, ya whisking. Masuk sinnya, masuk sinnya. Oh, mati.
Of the Asian Shin, Luis possibly will get a little bit of spike out of that, but they are now focusing their
Oh ya,
attention on
kamera
the
apa
start,
DreamMax
but
akan nampak.
he's just waiting for Psychoo to come in
Oke,
back.
maju ya.
Psychoo to dive right
Ya,
there
oh
from
whiskingnya
Luis.
keras.
The
Iya,
kills before
killing
the
spree
Vendetta,
untuk
and
Mas
Megan
Psychoo.
as well. Megan could possibly make a dash, but where is the
Double
help?
kill,
We
Mas
need a
Psychoo.
double kill coming right through.
And
Double
Psychoo
kill.
with the recall
Betul-betul
as if he
Psychoo.
really wanted to go for the recall
Sudah
there.
psikopat.
Now, I think that Mikey and Nyx
Betul
had a
betul
good
saya namanya
idea into just
psikopat.
throwing like the Claude into that arrow, but the execution was slightly off. So it didn't really hit, but R7 gets hit. Will he go down? No, he won't. One more arrow will
Whoa.
not connect. Now,
Dangerous though.
if
Very
they
dangerous.
if they actually talked about it, to be honest, that could have been great. They could have gotten the Claude, but they didn't execute it properly, and they got punished for it.
Yeah, and you can definitely see the DreamMax side is starting to gather up their forces here to be able to
Coba lagi ngambil buff tim Brazil.
Make is just
Oh,
making
udah
his
close
presence
aku.
being known, but
Itu
RRQ
kan camp lagi yuk,
responding
guys.
real soon. And with that,
Ya,
you
mulai
definitely
di-set
see
lagi.
Psychoo just dashing right in. Oh,
Mas Psychoo
going
mulai
for
masuk.
performance, but they have
Sinnya
to
mulai
respect this
masuk,
turtle.
diambil buffnya. Rata.
RRQ HOSHI dives right in, and the Vendetta goes
Dua.
5 kills for Psychoo as he
Lagi,
needs to get up.
lagi.
He's got probably going
Lagi.
low.
Oh
Might just be
enggak.
the next one out here. Oh,
Lagi.
Finn
Tiga.
tries to stop him out there.
Lagi.
Turn one
Oh
of his-
tidak.
He's trying
Cukup.
to get himself safe under the turret, but
Cukup.
Finn
Oh, ada kesempatan. Oh enggak.
And Psychoo here is trying to go.
Iya,
back and
dapat lagi
forth.
satu.
And the Kaja here will be taken down. There is a stun. Arrow connects. Ejector there. And they
Yeah.
get one kill.
Sudah cukup.
But DreamMax obviously is getting the shorter end of the stick.
Yeah,
Psychoo
not looking
memang betul-betul
great,
gila.
but I do like the idea that they had. I felt like they dropped the pressure.
Kukira dia jadi
and
pemain
they were
tank.
way too fixated on getting
Dia
the
tadi
turtle, but
mainnya
they couldn't really get that escape. And the worst
main
part is
barbar
that
juga ya.
RRQ HOSHI has managed to steal it away by having that retribution at the ready. So they really have to be careful about all these small little mistakes that have been punishing them for 2 times in a row already.
Now, Mikey, Nyx, and Burmese, they need to find a way to solve this game a bit more. Remember, you're aiming for the early game, and you're probably relying on the late game potential that the Yi Shin has. But the thing is, for the side of RRQ HOSHI, they're at 23k gold. So that means Psycho has items. R7 has items.
Yeah, speaking of items, maybe we'll have a look at it and you can definitely elaborate on
Random po di buff
some of the
merah.
builds that they are going
Yeah.
for. So
Buff merah
we'll
lawan.
definitely see it later on. And on your
Kita
screen,
cek
we got the
itemnya.
100% on Sin already, but Cabral is getting the open pod. 4 members on top of him.
Oh,
He's
4
probably
orang di
gonna be
atas, 4
surviving
orang di
on
atas.
solo,
Ya,
but
rata-rata.
Cavalry has just
Monster
survived.
kill.
Monster kill for Psycho. 6-1 on
Mati.
the side.
Oh.
And, what the flip coming in, but Bacon.
Masih selamat.
Eventually, the comments will be coming right
Oh,
in as
oh,
well.
oh, oh.
So, he's soaking in the damage, but they will be
Oh, shutdown. Oh,
to be
double
able to
kill.
get the
Aduh,
shutdown.
rata.
Double kill coming
Oh,
right
shutdown
through,
juga.
but eventually Nyx will still fall.
3 tukar
Winter
4.
Truncheon is now out
3
for
tukar 4.
Whisking. R7 getting his own item as
Oh,
well. So
tidak.
this does not look good for the side of DreamMax. But DreamMax there, let's just say that they won that fight. It was a 3-4-2 and it really favored their side.
Yeah, I guess like for the side of RRQ HOSHI, they really took too much of a turret hit because they sent all 4 members right under the turret, hoping to actually get that kill underway, but they still have Cabral surviving. They got to respect this damage somewhat
Buka
because
lagi.
getting it towards the mid game,
Whisking.
getting a little
Whisking,
bit
whiskas.
Whisking almost getting caught out there. No unstoppable force whatsoever, but you know what? While that was happening, Turtle has been slain by the side of RRQ HOSHI.
Oh.
Whisking goes down.
Oh
Ya,
boy,
masuk lagi Mas Psychoo. Ya. 1.
Here goes one for the Asian Shin, but Holmes tries to make a run.
1 tukar 1. 2 tukar 2.
The rest of
Ya, apa lagi?
RRQ falling back. You can see DreamMax
Masuk lagi Sinnya.
so much more aggression.
Ya,
Psycho, but
Sin.
it's gonna be taken
3.
with another auto attack, and Sin still looking for more. He's
Ya. Sin boleh lagi. Ya. Makin aja bu 4. Apakah wipe out?
The literal run and
Wipe
gun, ladies
out?
and
Oh,
gentlemen.
belum.
Sin here going crazy with those guns. Now, RRQ, clearly, as you can see, it's obvious that they have the upper hand, but DreamMax, they were getting the initiations that they wanted. They even countered the Blazing Duet, and Luis, I don't think he should be here.
Oh boy,
But
Vector.
Mike might be the sacrifice here. He does
Ya. Sin yang buka lagi. Ya. 1. Kira mau masuk ke dalam.
Just by diving right in. That's going to be opening up the inhibitor, but Cabral tries to stop him.
Bawah dong rata di atas Whisking dong mau masuk. Ya. Aduh, shutdown. Sin shutdown. Double kill.
He could have a little bit of a way to just get out that alive. Now focusing on
Hancurkan di tengah.
they won't be able to secure a turret, but that's all that they can get for the moment.
Oh.
Now, DreamMax, they still have a chance to get back at this. I mean, the Selena arrow is just way too good of a skill to just, not consider.
Killing spree.
But DreamMax, they lose the Selena in the process, so that might have been the caster curse working.
I guess so. And Psycho now bringing in the BOD, Blade of Despair, and even more good news for RRQ HOSHI. Hey,
Got BOD.
so DreamMax needing to respond to this one as they've already got 2 to 3 members being planned out. But DreamMax being very disciplined. They are going in for some sort of the
Apakah kamu ambil Lord?
checks as well. Just taking precautions.
I mean,
As Whisking is just trying to poke them a little bit.
I mean, right now, getting the Lord, yes, they might have the opportunity. But for RRQ HOSHI, I think that they want to go for the Luminous Lord more. Like at 12 minutes in, once it hits that mark, even if you get the Lord, it doesn't really evolve, and you need
That's
to
right.
reset it still.
Yeah,
So right
ambil
now,
Lord.
they're just taking control of that certain area so that DreamMax, can't really, run over them when the time comes. But for RRQ HOSHI, they're just wanting to end this game, and not getting the Lord now means that you just want to end it as fast as possible.
That's right, and with that being said, the setups are already underway. And Vin tries to actually bait the rest of DreamMax to come right in, make us
Rata.
trying to set the electro, diving right through, finding
Ya, masuk. Walah. Aduh, Mas Psychoo-nya mati 1. Aduh. Masih saya berganti Brazilnya.
Might just be able to actually do something right here, but the rest of RRQ Hoshi, they could possibly still get this Lord eventually.
Now that the Lord level up, this is going to be the prime objective for the side of RRQ Hoshi. DreamMax didn't really lose anyone there, but Psychoo was the sacrifice for the side of RRQ. Now, they're not really getting it as of the moment just because they need Sin to go for the lifesteal and probably because Psychoo is down. Now, orange buff is going to be always secured along with the purple buff just because, let's just say that Claude is a marksman that needs a lot of mana to keep up that certain attack speed that he likes.
That's right, and now pressure is on. Naked already has a brutality. Oh, great missile arrow, but of course that's not going to be much of that follow-up coming through. They are just waiting for somebody to take the bait right there, and then it could be a game-crushing
Mulai set Lord.
DreamMax were to lose this one out, and right now RRQ is already starting on the attempt on towards the Luminous Lord already. Trying to get the little Wanderer. The missile arrow is going to give it a little bit of information, but the rest of DreamMax, they're already responding towards this pressure.
Yeah, Lord. Yeah, still the Lord.
The Lord, the Lord, the Lord, the Lord, the Lord, the Lord, the Lord.
Alay ya apa ya casternya. Ya rata. Lebay lo caster. Udah lebay kali. Unstoppable. Ya rata coy. Wipe out. Ini dia nge-lag atau apa sih ini casternya? Dan casternya nge-lag.